back when the guy got hit by lightning. He looked around and gets the sock and it's like...
Just like that.
Slowly away.
Yeah, where's my sock?
We peppered that. It's nicer out here than it is inside the house.
Yeah, it was nice.
We wrung the spit off it.
Pat, can you go interview the neighbor?
Get that story on tape.
Well, the guy doesn't really like to talk about it too much.
Oh, you're full of shit.
He's superstitious about being filmed.
It's all fake.
He believes his soul will be captured.
Well, you want to climb in here with me?
Okay.
He's gotta go pee.
Just looking for a fire hydrant.
Oh, earwig in your duster. Earwig in your duster.
Alright. Patrick's making jump cuts. Alright, now just put it on indoor. Okay, I want a place where I can set up and then press OK for a second. Just this would be actually perfect. I can sit there, I'll put the camera here and just let it run. Just like for Winfrey. And I have a little list of questions I'll ask. Already. Yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah, move that just a little bit. Yeah, remember the can, you want to shut the can down? How'd that start?
Oh, it's like Oprah or something. You have a coffee. I have a Pepsi.
All right, would you mind stating your name?
Mary, are you on this too?
No, it's just you.
No.
I'm off screen.
Can't you come on screen?
All right. Okay.
Alright. Now, I don't know that you're on screen right now.
Yeah, I am. Okay.
Oh, I don't think so.
Did anything strange happen last night?
Yes.
What?
We heard, well, there was like this haunted house thing.
That's it? There was like this haunted house thing?
It was fun though, that was pretty good.
Okay, what part of the legend?
Wait. Oh, alright. Was it fake though, that whole boy thing? I think that's all fake.
Well, that's my next question.
Alright, go ahead.
What part of the legend told you last night do you believe?
I believed all of it until we went down the basement.
So we had to hook, line, and sinker, okay. And what was
Totally.
Yeah.
But tell me honestly, was all that other shit fake? That you
about
and
what?
Andy?
Oh no, all that was true.
Okay.
Andrew's stuff was true.
Seriously?
Definitely.
But you, like, Burke acting like he hated that, like talking about it was all fake?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are pretty good, but I believed all of that until we went down the basement, and then I knew it was all fake. And even going down the steps, I was scared to death. Go ahead.
You didn't know before you went down the stairs?
No, but once we started going down the steps, then I did. Then I had a funny feeling like, come on.
Didn't Glenn tell you about what we do in the basement?
No, I mean, no. He said it was like keep out and all this like black and white cross shit. He would never like tell me to ruin something like that.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead. And I asked him before we went down there, I said, is there something going on down there? He goes, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
And what was the scariest part about last night?
Going down the steps.
Going
To
down.
get there. Yeah, because I still believe.
No, it's colder in here than it is outside.
Okay.
Oh, yeah? I'm off camera, sir.
Excuse me.
Sir, that was my interview.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you mind?
Please pay no attention to me. I didn't know the camera was going. Sorry about that last incident.
We ask the same questions later. Okay. Do you mind stating your name?
Glenn Seelig.
Okay. Did anything strange
That
happen
one
to you
question?
last night?
No.
Absolutely nothing.
No, absolutely nothing.
You weren't scared at all.
No.
Nothing out of the ordinary happened?
Well, actually I was scared once when Mary rolled over in bed. No. Nothing, no.
Okay. What part of the legends told you last night do you believe?
All of it.
All of it?
Did you really?
All of it.
Can I
The
be
child?
interjecting?
The child. Except for the burned body and the...
Oh, I believe that too.
The bird? Oh, in the
burned body
potbelly
in the
stove.
potbelly stove.
Well, we
that's
have
it.
pictures of that.
Okay.
You do.
Alright.
And what was the scariest part for you last night?
Seeing the dead body in that little room. But it equals
Oh.
with the chair with the blood on it, though.
Oh, with the child,
Yeah,
the jar.
Yeah,
with
those
the
were
blood.
those were pretty tense moments.
Okay.
And I like it.
Okay. Tell me what your name is again, just for the record.
I don't know. I think I have it written down somewhere.
Alright, well, we'll skip that. That's not one of the 3 questions. Okay. Did anything strange happen last night? Anything strange at all?
No.
Okay. What part of the legends that you heard last night do you believe?
None of it.
None of it? What was the scariest part of last night for you?
Well, I was not scared. The beeve got a little on there. No. Whole thing brought back some bad memories.
Mm-hmm. Of?
Well, I spent a few months at the bottom of the river. He was hiding out. I mean, he made someone's head roll. He doesn't like to talk about it.
Okay. Alright. Thank you.
And she'll ask you the same thing.
Careful, the
all the
on.
time.
Okay, Mita.
You have to do
I know you weren't around too much last night because you were running around, but did anything strange happen to you last night?
No.
Nothing?
No.
No?
No.
Not at all?
You know what did happen strange? Burke and I had the same dream at the same time, kind of.
I think that's pretty
That's
strange.
pretty
What was
strange.
the dream about?
We were both dreaming about elevators and them being stuck at the top floors.
Going up and down?
No, we were going up, and then they got stuck at the very top, and we both had the same dream at the same time. Because we both woke up, and we both fell asleep, and that's when we had the dream. Go away.
Didn't the legend
Except
state
that's
that the
pretty weird,
child
huh?
died in an elevator? Was last seen in the elevator?
Leave me alone. Ah, no, not my knees. Go away.
Okay,
The
what
child was supposedly dead in the basement or something. I don't
See,
know.
you've heard the story too.
I didn't hear the whole
What part of the
story.
legend told you last night do you believe? Or anything you've heard last night, what do you believe of it?
Jack shit.
Okay. And what was the scariest part of last night for you?
Let me think. Was it Brad walking in the door, or was it?
Fair enough. Okay. Quiet,
you
please.
guys-
Okay. Would you mind stating your name for the record? I'm gonna ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
I'm concerned I'm not wearing earrings for this.
You have earrings?
Only one.
Okay.
Well, turn
My
your
name
head.
is Liz.
Her name is
Turn
Liz.
your head
Okay.
so we can see it.
Did anything strange happen to you last night, Liz?
A little bit.
What was
Not
that?
bad. Well, I got a little out of control before I got here even, so I was a little bit smashed when I arrived.
But did
Kind of
anything,
humiliated to admit this to everyone, but it's true.
so other than that, nothing strange happened to you?
Peter's peering in at me. No, because when I crashed out, I crashed really hard and pretty early, but I hear plenty of things went on afterwards.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm kind of bummed that I missed the fun.
If you heard any of the legends or any of the stories last night, how much do you believe of the legends that you heard? Have you heard any?
I have yet to hear. I'm sure there are many more that I can. I believe that that you guys went down to the basement and there was some missing child or something. That's all I know.
You've
Did
heard
you
that
like the
story
movie?
too.
Huh?
What was the scariest part of last night for you?
I'm tongue-tied. Why are you terrorizing me this way?
Looks like something somebody made in 8th grade industrial arts class.
What's your name? For the record, please state your name.
I don't think I have to answer that. Not without an attorney.
Okay, did anything strange happen last night?
Anything strange?
Mm-hmm.
You mean, are we talking supernatural?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No? Nothing at all, okay. What part of the legend
You
told
mean after
you...
I went to sleep? Or just
anytime
when you were
in
running
general.
around?
Yeah, anytime last night.
No?
Okay. What part of the legends told to you do you believe?
Well, none of the stuff you told me, certainly.
Do you believe anything that you've heard?
I don't know. I haven't really heard the story. I heard from Burke they found burned clothes in a stove, and then you expanded it into this kid being cemented into a boiler by his father.
Well, that's I call him the way I see him.
Right.
Okay. What was the scariest part of last night for you?
Burke with the meat cleaver.
I'm not
Thank you.
clear.
And
Never
they said
better.
the stone was so unusual. They didn't
Okay,
know.
would you mind stating your name for the record?
Oh, that's a nice name.
Bob.
Just call him
Bob,
for
okay.
short.
Bob, did anything strange happen to you last night? Anything out of the ordinary? Anything supernatural?
Oh, gross.
No.
Now, we know that you weren't around to hear the entire legend, but what part of anything you heard about the legend do you believe?
Oh, please. No.
I believe everything,
You believe it all. Okay.
but I didn't hear much.
Everything that's
Uh-huh.
ever told to me.
And what was the scariest part of last night for you?
Waking up.
Thank you.
Doing a thing.
Yeah, to make sure it's working.
If you want to know
Okay.
the beverage, an alcohol beverage.
All right. Would you mind stating your name for the record?
Michael Brandt.
Okay. Mike, did anything strange happen to you last night?
Yeah, a few things, yeah.
What happened? Anything out of the ordinary, like a cold or?
Well, there was a laser tunnel out on the front lawn,
Okay.
and there was.
And, mhm.
Yeah, you're mentioning that because no one else will.
No one wants to live up to it.
And there was a dead body in the basement with fog,
Oh yeah.
which nobody saw.
Yeah.
Which I thought I'd mention because nobody
Nobody
else
saw
saw
the
it.
fog. Okay.
And when I went up the stairs, somebody grabbed my leg.
Oh, no.
What part of the legend that you heard last night do you believe?
I don't believe that the kid was in one part.
You believe he was dismembered?
I believe it was dismembered.
And the parts are still yet to be found.
Yes.
Don't lead the witness.
What? I object. Okay, what was the scariest part of last night for you?
Beaver the cleaver.
It's the second time.
Thank you.
Because I
And just as relaxing as it can be. Keep your radio tuned to 105.7. WROD.com.
Okay. Would you mind stating your name for the record? What's your name?
It's Burke Broham.
Burke? Okay. Did anything strange happen last night, Burke?
No,
Nothing at all?
well, there was something.
What's that?
Something to do with the basement.
Mm-hmm. Is it scary?
Well, yes, it was quite frightening.
Okay. What part of the legend told to you last night do you believe?
I believe all of it now. All of it. I was not a believer earlier. In the blood, in the bodies, and...
Okay. And what was the scariest part of last night for you?
It was actually this morning.
What happened this morning?
I saw your hair! It was hideous! It was hideous! It was standing up, it wasn't perfect! I don't know what was the matter! Your hair.
I heard several people in this group had a dream about an elevator.
Yes, I did. Don't go to the 77th floor.
Can you explain why we had mass dreaming?
I don't know, it was the elevator. It was a completely different thing, I think.
Was there a child involved in the elevator?
Not my elevator, buddy. She was over 18.
Okay. State your name just for the record.
State my name just for the record. Ronald Martin Koskowitz.
Okay,
What
Ronald.
state is that?
Did anything strange happen last night?
Anything strange happen last night?
Yeah, out of the ordinary.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Occult or bizarre?
I don't believe so, no.
Nothing at all, okay. Did you have a dream about an elevator at all?
No. No.
Okay. What part of the legends that you heard last night do you believe?
I believe everything about the potbelly stove.
About the charred remains?
The potbelly stove.
Just that there was a potbelly stove.
Exactly.
Okay. And what was the scariest part of last night for you?
It had to be the Sam Kinison record that we heard.
When did you hear that?
When you guys were on the phone.
You guys are out.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
Please welcome our honored guest. Please state your name, sir.
My name is Pat Brandt.
How nice to have you on the show today.
Yes, be a show.
Couple questions, dear.
Okay.
Did anything strange happen to you last night?
Yes, we went into the basement and we discovered the...
We?
Oh yeah, everybody went.
Okay.
We discovered some remains of the history of this house. And, you know, we found a lot of things that just really indicate that some strong psychic force is operating and maintaining in this area.
Oh, sounds pretty scary.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the legend, sir, or what parts of the legend are true, or you found to be true from the proof?
We have found that the guy who owned this house had a son, and when his son was about 12 years old, he disappeared, and he was never found. And ever since that day, the guy lived here, and he never could quite accept the fact that the child was missing and gone. So in his mind, the child lived on in the house. So he would, you know, still set like a place at the table. You know, this is years after the child was gone. And what the hell was that? And
it's a chainsaw, sir. Don't mind it.
oh, okay. And then eventually the guy did go berserk, and he started worshiping the devil, and he painted the basement black and white. And we'll take the camera down there later, and we'll see, you know, the actual writing on the wall in the black and white paint that would seem to indicate that he was a devil worshiper.
How did they say this child died? Did they ever find any proof positive? Or?
Well, eventually when there was another kitchen over there, and eventually the kitchen was torn down, but they found a potbelly stove.
Oh.
And when the workers were moving the potbelly stove, it fell over and it cracked open, and it revealed the remains, the charred remains of the child.
Oh,
so
my.
we, you know, my personal theory is that the guy killed his son when, you know, he had a schizophrenic reaction, and his other personality killed the son, stuffed it into the potbelly stove, and then his other personality kicked in, and the other personality wouldn't accept the fact that the child was dead.
Oh, so he continues to like do all this like weirdo stuff in the house.
Right, right.
Okay.
And especially in the basement.
Okay. And what, Pat, was the scariest part of last night, in your opinion?
In my opinion, actually, while I was down there before everybody went down there, I was down there, and I was doing some investigating of my own.
Oh, can you tell us about that investigation? What did your investigations find?
I felt a very strong presence. It was near the butler's pantry, which is where the kitchen used to stand. And I felt a very strong presence there, and I felt some really weird stuff in the basement.
Like tingling, like type shit, or?
Well, actually,
just
like a
presence.
like a cold feeling that something was down there.
Negative karma, man.
Yeah, I got really bad karma there. But actually, the pinnacle of the house, I think, is in the butler's pantry.
Well, we'll definitely have to get a shot of that later.
Yes, we will. So anyways, I was talking to the neighbor, and he said that there's still, you know, the body parts of the child were still never found.
The body parts.
Yeah, well, that's what they say, because, you know, the potbelly stove broke open and they found some of the parts in there. But to this day, you know, there's still this big cement thing in the basement that nobody knows. Like, it was erected down there and they, you know, cemented it all up and nobody knows what's behind it.
Sure, Pat.
You don't believe me?
No.
Well, why don't we just go downstairs?
Oh.
You want to come downstairs and I'll show you?
Alright.
Alright?
Well, gee, Pat, I don't know, but I guess I'll go with you.
Okay. Come on down.
A laundry room. Those always give me the creeps.
Now this was the part, ever since the day, ever since the day the child disappeared, you know, the guy went berserk and he painted this door black.
Very bad.
And he wrote "keep out" on the top. Nobody can really explain why that is.
Well, if it says keep out, why are we going in there?
And I heard a strange noise over here yesterday. Oh, here, look over there. Look over there for a second. And, okay, now come over here. Okay, I heard a strange noise here. Why don't you guys come over and take a look in here?
Is it a shower?
You ready? Ew, what's
that? Oh my God.
Oh, that's gross. And that's real, too. Okay, come on this way.
And it's been there all this time.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Now here's some weird rooms that nobody knows of.
Except us, of course. Actually, that is a bizarre room. What the hell is this for?
Pretty scary.
Ooh.
But the good parts are this way. I heard.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's nothing. Okay.
Scary.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna go in there?
Okay, this is into the black room.
The black room.
Come on in.
Oh, interesting.
Actually, no, what is weird? Here.
Okay, here's all the black and white.
Where do the stairs go?
Oh.
Yeah, there's a staircase that leads nowhere. We forgot about that. What's it doing here? Show them the staircase that leads nowhere.
Scary.
Shine it in there.
Oh, you can't use it.
The staircase that leads nowhere.
There's a room over here that nobody can explain. Okay, are you ready?
Explain the colors.
Yeah. See, now, after the guy went berserk, you know, he painted all this black and white stuff.
For like a Satanistic
And in
purposes.
here... Look at the blood!
That's scary.
Okay.
Wow.
What's that doing in there?
Did you guys see that?
I want to see. Oh my God.
Hideous, hideous.
Oh.
Okay.
It looks like somebody chopped him up and put his body parts in a jar.
Speaking of jars, there's a jar here and nobody knows what's in it. Here's the door with the cross on it. And nobody knows what's in here. The child. It's blood. That's gross. What's that doing there? I don't know. And of course this way.
You're mighty brave.
Thank you. And here's the cement wall that was built, and nobody knows exactly what's behind it. It's just there, and it appeared the day that the man who used to live here, his wife, disappeared, and this was erected, and nobody exactly knows, you know, what's behind it. But, you know, people have said that they have heard things, you know, like a clawing sound on the inside, and some, you know, somebody like nails against you know, nails against the cinder
Souls
block.
are entrapped in that wall.
I think so, and I don't think it'd be a good idea to break it open yet. We might end up like Geraldo Rivera or something. But,
if the money's right.
yeah. Okay,
Big
that
black
ends the
erection.
tour. And,
Scary
I'm
stuff, kid.
convinced.
come again sometime, and good night.
It looks like his boat, but there's nobody skiing. There's probably not in. They got some, you got some distance on the cord, but compared to that distance. It wasn't plugged in all the way. No, it's on. Okay. It's working. Okay.
I want to go to Egypt. I'd rather spend $3,000 on a vacation to Egypt. See the Sphinx. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
No, stop it! Stop it! Ow! 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 Ow!
Should I shut it now?
No, stop, CG. No,
But
no.
you didn't want to go out.
Ow! CG! CG, come here! Ow! 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 Ow!
Did you see what happens if you let this thing go?
Show me.
I think it's out of gas.
Are we blocking the view?
No.
Mike, we
You
need
are
gas.
the view.
Gas.
Are you kidding me?
Vision of beauty.
Oh, after my ride.
What happened to it? They need gas. We don't have it. Oh, and gas is usually lasting all summer.
Oh, that's what I do. So, Mike, run a gas.
You think so?
He said so.
I've been trying to start it.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, I can
Excuse me.
The tank goes almost off summer. See the back part? See how much is in the back part? That whole thing?
Excuse me. What do you know of these legends, and are they true?
Yes, they are all true.
Oh.
You will find out.
All right, we're not out of gas. You lied to me? Let me go out. I'm gonna go
Hey,
out
Bert.
once and then
Hey,
I
Bert.
gotta take people out on the boat again.
Bert, do you know where the strap is for this? That's all we need, man. It's important.
My dad has it in this other,
We'll make one up.
I'm taking people out on the boat. What are you doing? Hey. Hey, be careful. Hey, get in your back.
Hey, grab my...
Did it go off? Oh, no. I hit it on the clip.
I know.
Being on the boat.
Whee! There you go. Hey, his penis is a rudder.
That why you keep on going around in circles?
What? Taxi! I got it!
I got it. Thanks, Ken. Really?
Okay. Didn't you, Mike? Hey, you guys heard about the one where the boy was hit by the boat? Or the guy that was water skiing and his wife was videotaping it, and the guy actually got hit by another boat and sliced him in half?
Tell us that story again?
The guy that got, the lady was videotaping her husband, and a boat hit him, sliced him right in half. It happened right here.
Was there blood?
Oh, lots of blood, and the body was in half. It was dismembered all out here.
Was there any missing parts?
No, he was just a missing member. He was a dismember of this club that he had joined last year.
That's a small part of his ear. And his toe, right here, got cut. It was real bad. It was like the second toe over.
Uh-huh.
Not at all. But it kind of looked like Ken. When Ken stands up by the boat, there's only half of his body showing.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Like this.
Exactly, that's it.
No, like this. Something like that.
How about it? Let's check this out.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's neat.
I bet I could go for days.
You ever seen this before?
No.
That's a great
I gotta play some bird.
Yeah, I just did. You gotta circle it because you get real scared and fall.
Yeah, right.
Two birds, one stone.
So, Mike, what was the strangest thing that happened to you tonight? No, I'm gonna fall. Mike! Mike! Come on!
Hey, am I on the wall?
I thought it was something 5 away.
Pee-wee. Pee-wee laughed.
Well, I was trying to take away
That
both
too.
of you. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered if I'd gone there first, then Southern Europe.
I wanted to too, but you know.
Yeah, there you go.
If Sam Kinison was dumb and couldn't talk, that would have been his impression. There's Sam Kinison without a voice. Here, do it.
No, I did not successfully
Pretty
get
effective. Pretty effective.
Oh! That's all I'm saying. Sorry.
Oh!
Barry, you're sounding a little hysterical.
Oh, baby.
I can't believe I had a ball, because here's me, I got 3 and I got 2 and 1 to roll, and I thought if I can get 1 week, we'll be in business. Then that last one, I knew.
5. He spared me.
I could have given you those weeks.
He spared me.
I was trying to do it, but you
He had one guy here, and we all saw it. Oh, he could have killed
3 birds with 1 stone. 3 birds, 1 stone.
I'm like, oh my God.
The only problem was one of the birds shit.
He's missing Alaska, but I really can't say anything, even though I kept going like this. Oh, man, you good, you know.
What did you say? Attack Alaska. Somebody else is gonna play for the year.
They have no right to say it to a point.
Or something like, gee, you've got a lot of armies in Kamchatka.
What?
Well,
It's like, hey.
It's good.
Yeah.
You can go home early.
What?
You can go home early now. You don't have to win anymore.
No, I really
Well, if you trust me, then quit putting so many goddamn guys on the
we made a little deal. I'm gonna let him have it, let him fight back. I didn't give you a little deal. What have I got? I've got nothing to protect here.
Pat, that's the name of the game. You do what you
Hey.
want.
If you
Maybe
wanna kill me,
me and you later on?
I'm sorry.
It's a shame.
I'm
it's not like I'm brought to be What's that? I don't know how many
To Iceland. You little fucker. Oh yeah, just like me.
3, 2, 2, 1.
Everybody count your cards. Mine are fine. I'm not ever involved in shady dealings over there. 2, 3. 1. Me.
1. 2.
I know I won too.
Who has my wheat?
Who has my soy
right, Pat, we're on.
All right. Well, supposedly the legend has it that Sharon lives up this way. We've only met Sharon once.
What?
We've only met Sharon once. And after we met her, she had a terrible car accident which left her terribly disfigured.
Mentally disfigured.
Wait a minute,
Also mentally
we
disfigured.
gotta find these people that are talking.
Mentally disfigured.
Due to the car accident, she was left with only a right hand which was fashioned in the shape of a claw. She really went berserk, and her parents had to keep her in like this cubby hole or crawl space, and they would just slide her food underneath the door and everything.
What kind of food?
They had to keep her heavily sedated. It was just like she would only eat SpaghettiOs because that, like, you know, it calmed her, it soothed her.
And it could fit under the
with her claw?
And it fit under the door.
Did she eat with her claw?
Yeah, she would never use any utensils.
Her fashion claw.
Yeah, her fashion claw. Because I mean, the plastic surgeons really did miracles. I mean, if you would have saw her, she's a very beautiful girl. And if you would have saw her before the accident, you would never know that it was Sharon. But Burke doesn't really like to talk about her too much.
That's right, Pat.
Not again.
Where are we? They're there.
Pat, you met her that one time. I met her before that. I knew before
Where's
her, actually.
Isn't this her father's house? Her father's an old salty dog. Can you get this?
Name's Dick.
There's one.
The light freezes them.
Amazing.
There's Sharon's boat.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
She's been known to pop out of the forest preserve on several occasions and scare unsuspecting people, but she really, wants to make friends. But she does unsuspecting. She really wants to make friends. He's so much fun.
That's scary.
I'm scared.
And that's it. Water right here.
That's it. From fade to black.
Yeah.
Just fan right there.
Because we're out into the open. You're still rolling.
Ready?
Yeah.
Doing UFO stories. There's one above me now. First one?
Okay, now what? You and your father were driving?
No, we were in my house. Then I went outside and I saw a light.
Which house, in Galena or?
No, Chicago. It was off Chicago. So we weren't the only ones who saw it. And it was a light.
That light's not very flattering, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's really annoying, actually. There you go. Here, shine it on my shoes. It'll reflect back
We'll
up.
bounce it on.
So what happened? Bounce
So,
up.
no, not much happened. It was the light.
Now you look like E.T.
Bar of light.
Huh?
It was bigger than that. But when you're real far away, like so many light years, it's probably really big, but it comes down to
really
that.
far, though?
No, it was a light, but it wasn't going anywhere. It was just cut off, and it was in one spot. And my dad saw it, and we couldn't figure out what it was. We didn't say nothing about it. We heard a couple other people had reported it. And
just stayed there and hovered?
Yeah, it wasn't an airplane because it wasn't going anywhere, and it wasn't a beam of light coming from the
Like
ground.
a blimp, maybe?
I can't figure out why
No,
if UFOs
no.
don't want to be discovered. Why would they have lights on them?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Maybe to warn
Okay,
the other
so-
ones that they're coming.
Well, but the light didn't look like it would be anything that you'd really.
Okay, so then what
report.
happened?
That one, the other one, I get off the camera. You're talking to camera.
Come on, really?
No, really, I can't.
Okay, we'll come in closer.
Cut.
Oh no!
Did you enjoy yourselves this weekend?
Yeah, I had a swell time. It was swell.
Good.
I didn't cut myself or anything.
No?
Our cameraman's getting felt up and he's smiling.
What was the best part about this weekend?
The potbelly stove.
The potbelly stove. Okay. That's the one the child just found in.
No, the parts of his body were charred.
Right.
Charred.
Charred
And we had him yesterday. It was wonderful. We ate him.
Ken, how was your weekend?
Well, he didn't even care that much about my weekend, so he doesn't even care about
Did you
yours.
have a good time?
I had a good weekend. I think the best part of the weekend was Friday night when we went in the basement.
Think so?
Oh yeah, that was the best.
Okay.
You know, we went. I'm not done. We went in the basement, and I think the scariest part, and I'm talking to you out there, I think the scariest part of the weekend is when we both looked into the mirror. See what I mean?
Can I say something, Mike?
Okay.
You know when you're driving in your car, it's nice to see people picking their nose. Like, if you ever see somebody in their car and they're going like this, and you're wondering what they're doing, probably have like a snot. And they're rolling it. I saw that the other day and I was wondering what they
And what are the odds that when you drive down the street coming home from work, when you look out your window to the guy next door, what are the chances that he might be picking his nose? Do that the next time.
Think about it. So, did you guys have a good time?
Oh,
Yes.
Will you be back again for the winter?
Mary, you finished the week things.
You didn't say you wanted
You'll
to
be
do
back
that.
next
Oh
week.
my God.
Winter excursion.
Yeah.
But we hope this time that there won't be any injuries.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to get safe.
Yeah.
Safety
I think
first.
so.
Safety first.
Well, I think Ron will give us a lecture on safety measures.
That's what we will.
Mita? So how was your weekend? Did you have a good time?
I'm thrilled. It was great, yes.
What was the best part about the weekend?
Making love this morning.
We'll ask Burke.
Who was it with? Who was it with?
Yeah, right.
I can't say. Oh, are you filming? Are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
As if you didn't know. Okay, let's go see about the food. Come on.
Too late.
This is the food that we're about to eat.
Thanks, Ken.
And
It's not that wide of an angle.
Wow, we lost all the light up there. Let's go away.
Hurry up. It is wide.
Fiji.
Hold the door.
Get some of this, the new Malibu lights.
We're losing light, Pat. Come on.
What, did you see anything in there?
Oh, yeah.
See much? Okay. Come on over. Let me just...
Well, get Burke spitting on the charcoal. He does it so
Can I
well.
just stop there for a
Gotta
second?
videotape this.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that nice? He's so masculine.
Don't do that, Ken. It's too high already.
Oh, it's helping.
Yeah, it's burning
All
up.
right, let's do it, Pat. We're losing light.
Burke, what was your... did you have a good time this weekend, Burke?
Burke?
No? Why not?
No.
Was this morning a real tragic thing for you?
Babe, any possibility of getting dark meat instead of a breast?
I'm putting what?
Any chance of getting dark meat?
Oh yeah,
instead
yeah.
of breast?
Oh,
Many
perfect.
chances of getting dark meat.
I don't like breast.
I like
Trying
breast.
to get
I like breast.
meat.
I'd
Nobody
rather
wants
have
to
dark
eat.
meat too. So.
Fucking hot.
Oh,
Why don't
Burke,
you
you're being
cover it up
filmed.
and turn it down?
Smile, the happy cook.
Okay, this is next
It's
red
not.
movie now that you said that.
We couldn't get the gas. It's charcoal.
Do you want me to leave this out
Oh,
here?
it's
Take
real
this in.
charcoal.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's...
All right, so
Because
let's go
I'll
on.
take dark meat too if no one else wants. Babe,
Listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want
what
me
was
to
the best
leave
part
this out
about this
here?
weekend?
The tube
No.
I think.
Tubing you like?
Yeah.
Aren't you sore under here?
Yeah.
No, underwear.
Want a massage?
Get it? Underwear.
I get it. Okay, how about you?
I know we get it.
I had a swell time. I have absolutely no complaints. You know.
So are you guys going to make it up for the winter festivities?
Well, I hope so.
I don't know.
Usually we do snowmobiling.
And you dip in the lake a little bit with the snowmobile. I heard about
Yeah, you
that.
heard about that. Yeah. That one's Glenn's.
That sounds
So
scary
you gonna
and
make it for the
exciting.
winter stuff?
If I can ever get this goddamn cap off.
Been working on that since Friday.
Fine, humanity, you words.
I didn't know you were so talented with your mouth.
Oh, we've got that plenty
You
of
didn't? Well, I guess I might as well stop using it then.
You
since
mean
it's
he
doing
didn't use
nothing.
it this morning?
He can urinate through his mouth.
What are you inferring?
Very talented young man.
Let's all give Burke a big round of applause and then let's...
For this morning, yeah, thank you,
Thanks a
Bert,
lot,
for having us over.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
We're all leaving. He's still cooking.
And I'd like to thank my first mate, Mr. Patrick.
You're welcome.
Sturdy dog, Brandt.
You're just his
You're
mate.
the second.
No,
Watch Burke handle those thighs.
No, you're the primate.
He's spreading the turkey
Yeah,
thighs.
you're the mate, Mita.
Where's the double?
It all comes out on the tape.